Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, February 16th, 2018. I'm Donis Wilkinson-Keynes. The Nevis Island Administration has begun the process of increasing the wages of the employees of the Nevis Water Department. That is according to the Honorable Spencer Brand, who says one of his missions is to make sure the wages of the staff at the Nevis Water Department are improved.
During this budget discussion, we were able to begin that process of improving their wages, Mr. President. I believe, Mr. President, that it is the start. Because while we would have requested certain threshold, we did not get where we really wanted to be at this time, but it is a start. And I want to commit to the workers of the Water Department, Mr. President, as long as I am responsible for their well-being, I will fight for them, Mr. President. I will fight for them. They are called upon, Mr. President, in the middle of the night. They have to leave their homes, their families, and the minute water goes, Mr. President, they are criticized left, right, and center, Mr. President. So we have to pay them, and we have to pay them well, Mr. President.
Mr. Brand, who is the Minister of Labour, said he wants to see an improvement not only in wages but also the working conditions of the staff.
I believe, Mr. President, that if we want to get the best performance of our people, we must not only make them comfortable, but we must motivate them, Mr. President, to want to go to work at mornings. And so we will work on that, Mr. President, in 2018.
The Honorable Spencer Brand making his contribution to the NIA's 2018 budget debate. The Nevis Island Administration will review some of the existing charges across the sectors to bring them more in line with the increasing cost of providing and improve the level of service. Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Mark Brantley, says over the years the government has expended tremendous resources to develop the road network, improve the water supply, and enhance the health sector.
During this fiscal year, my government will implement a 30% increase in the water rates for all users across all sectors. We will also conduct a review of the rates charged across the health sector, including those currently charged for the disposal of garbage at the landfill. In addition, working with the federal government, we will seek to conduct a complete review of fees and charges in relation to the operations of vehicular traffic on our roads.
As noted by the Premier, the NIA will also seek to implement greater measures to improve its collection of property taxes and expedite the registration of newly constructed properties to the tax roll.
Far too many properties, beautiful as they are, no taxes are being paid on them. That has to change.
Meantime, to reduce loss of revenue, the Nevis Island Administration will be reassessing its tax concession policy, especially in the area of duty-free concessions. So noted Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Mark Brantley, as he outlined the NIA's fiscal measures for 2018.
Duty-free concessions will only be granted to start-up businesses on the purchase of furniture and equipment. Existing businesses should now be in a position to provide adequate funding for replacement of capital items when they're fully depreciated. In addition, my government will no longer continue the policy of granting concessions to or contracting services from business entities which are continuously in arrears to the taxes to the Inland Revenue Department. Suitable arrangements for payment would have to be in place before such entities can be considered for further concessions or contracts.
Premier Brantley, who is also the Minister of Finance, made this note.
We will eliminate the random policy of granting duty-free vehicles to business entities unless it can be proven that the vehicle is essential for the business to operate. The deciding test will be whether the absence of a vehicle will make the business cease to exist. In instances where it is necessary to grant such concession, this concession will only be granted on a suitable vehicle that falls in line with the nature of the business activities. We will also continue to work with the federal government to amend the VAT legislation to allow for all entities operating in Nevis to file and pay their VAT in Nevis. Moreover, we will seek assistance to amend the relevant sections of the Companies Act, including Section 245, subsections 2 to 5, and also the Income Tax Act, so as to allow all business entities operating in Nevis to register, file, and pay their corporate income taxes in Nevis.
Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Mark Brantley, presenting the NIA's 2018 budget address on Monday, February 12th. Still to come.
This became possible under the CC4 Fish project, which has to do with climate change adaptation for fisher folk.
We'll give you the details after this break.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.
Hello, my name is Culturama, the Caribbean's greatest summer line. Most islands have their festival annually, but they call it Carnival. With all those shows, we fete and fun. We party from sun up to sundown. Everybody come now, show the world what we mean when we talk about Culturama. Rocks up, flags up, flags up. Time to wake up for the jam. We come in the early Juve morning. Rocks up, flags up, flags up. Time to jump up in the van.
Welcome back. Safety of life at sea has been improved for fisher folk here on Nevis thanks to a donation of very high frequency VHF radios. The brief ceremony to distribute the systems took place on Wednesday, February 14th at the Red Cross headquarters.
As we know that they're having global warming, so we're trying to make life easier for fishers. So with the collaboration with DMR and FAO, this effort was able to be achieved.
President of the Nevis Fishermen's Cooperative, Winston Hobson, Kareem Wilkin of the Department of Fisheries, chaired the ceremony.
We came up with this from the basic fisherman training course. As we know, a lot of fishers operate in their vessel without VHF radio communication. This became possible under the CC4 Fish project, which has to do with climate change adaptation for fisher folk.
The VHF radios were presented to the fishermen by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Huey Sargent. The NIA's Human Resources Department has made all scholarship information easily accessible and readily available to all public officers and the general public through its new Facebook page, as there has been an increase in awareness and interest in applying for scholarships. All related scholarship information will be accessible via facebook.com/NIA-scholarships. Although scholarship information will now be available via its Facebook page, officers at the Human Resources Department will continue to be available to assist with any additional concerns or guidelines. The Human Resources Department is encouraging all persons interested in higher education to take advantage of these opportunities and invites them to view, request friendship, and/or like the Facebook page. The following is a distribution system upgrade advisory from the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC. Consumers are advised to take note of a scheduled power outage for Sunday, February 18th from 7 a.m. to noon. Areas to be affected are Jews Street, Lower Government Road, and areas in close proximity. Customers are advised to take every precaution to safeguard electrical equipment at all times of interruption and restoration to the electrical supply. NEVLEC apologizes for the inconvenience that may be caused by the outage and reminds customers that in each case, service may be delayed to later than the time specified. For additional information, call NEVLEC's Customer Service Office at 469-7243, 469-7245, or 662-5799, or its emergency service at 469-9100 or 662-5811. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.
As Minister of Foreign Affairs, my work requires me to travel quite often. When abroad, I stay in touch with Nevis and all that is happening here by using the Nevis TV mobile app or logging on to nevistvonline.com. I suggest you try it as well.